Good morning, everybody. So today I thought I would record a class for building abs for the summer, nice toned look. Yeah, make sure you get your protein to build those abs. So we're going to do a bit of an abs blast. It's going to be advanced with adaptations. Some Pilates exercises, a little bit of yoga as we're resting in between. But make sure you start your watches. It's not going to be too long. Strength training. So make sure you've got a dumbbell to make it more advanced. If you've not got a dumbbell, use body weight, that's no problem at all. But in order to build more muscle, you need to have a heavier weight, okay? So I'm going to get a 10 out, and I think a 5. I do need some 6s, but so let's warm the core up. We want, more importantly, make sure that we want to make sure that all your core is working together as a unit. So I'm unable to do that straight on the off, like a lot of people are, especially if you've had kids. So we're going to warm up the core. So first we're going to do some pelvic clocks. So we're going to tilt the pelvis forward, so you've got a gap underneath your under your spine, and then you want to flatten it. So anterior tilt of the pelvis, okay? Open it up, flatten it. Now we're going to switch the core on. So rib cage in, belly button into spine. Poke around, you've got tension. Make sure underneath the belly button there's tension there. Get used to how that feels. You want to make sure the tension is still there as you rock forwards and backwards. This one works well, 20 to 30 reps. And if you're used to how that feels, you can just place your hands by your side. And you should start to feel, it might take a wee while for some people, a little, so also as well, your knees aren't really moving, it's just your pelvis, forwards and backwards, isolating the hip area, the pelvis area. Yeah, and after a while you should feel like a deep ache. It's very deep. Deep breaths, just breathe normally. Get that oxygen in. Good. This is getting you used to an anterior and posterior pelvic tilt as well. And so if you are stuck in a bit of an anterior tilt from pregnancy, like myself, no matter how postnatal you are, you may still have it. It's getting you used to that posterior tilt of the pelvis, so you're more aware on how it should feel. Next, we're going to bring both knees into a bent tabletop. Hello. Again, ribcage in, belly button to spine. Push your back flat against the mat with your abs. Hold, hold, hold. Hello, baby. We've just had some breakfast, haven't we? Don't touch the mic. Shiny blue button. From here, we're going to bring in a little pulse. So this is a bit of a warm-up. Da, 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 da. Deep breaths, get off, don't touch my mic. Notice where you're feeling this. We're hitting the lower core right now. Problem area. Oh, if you're not sure you've got your lower core switched on, try lifting your hips off the mat a little bit. No, you can't touch it though, baby. Deep breaths. You might feel it at the top of the hip flexors as well. We need strong hip flexors for a strong core. Good, and relax. You're waving. Deep breaths in. Exhale. Arms come down. Do another one like that. Good. Same again. Ribcage tucked in, belly button into spine. Holding that position. It's like a plank. That's an isometric exercise. Deep breaths. Let's bring a little pulse. 15 to 3, 4, 5. So there should be no hip clicks. So if your hip's clicking, there's a breakdown in your core connection. So you've reduced the range of movement. Make sure your hips are like you can tuck your tailbone in to turn that core and the lower core switched on. It's quite complex, not as easy as one would think. And rest. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Another one. Slowly exhaling through the lips. Next one is an absolute burner. Legs up into tabletop. I'm just going to try and touch our toes as high up as you can go. 3, as many as you can, or 15. 6, 7, 8. I think we'll have to wipe your nose, won't I? 10, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, arms rise. One more. And do that again. So each exercise is going to be repeated twice. Again, we're looking for 15. So the legs being straight up like that, or even if you can only do that, they're adding load to the lower core. Another 5, 4, 3. Pause at the top if you can for a split second. One more. Good. Burn, burn, burn. Inhale, arms rise. Big stretch. Exhale. One more. Alexa, turn the music down. Next, we're going to come onto our sides in a bent knee for hip dips. So this works the quadratus lumborum, deep muscle in the back that's attached to the pelvis and the spine, which stabilizes the pelvis. Coming all the way up, and also works the internal and external obliques. Looking for 15. 3, 4. Feel the stretch. Make sure you're crunching at the side here. 5, 6. Good. 7, 8. 10, and the elbow should be directly under the shoulder. 12, last 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Let's come over to the other side. Up, up, up. Giving her a biscuit to keep her quiet. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Another 3. Rib cage tucked in, belly button into spine. 1 more. Good. Few seconds rest. 1 more. Let's go over to the other side that we started on. There's 2 repeats on every exercise. As many as you can again, or match. 15, 4, I really feel that this is the exercise that really makes your core look strong. Another 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Move over to the other side. Again, make sure that the elbow is directly under your shoulder. However, shoulder will feel it because it's a stabilising exercise for that as well. 6, 9. Make sure you're crunching that curve in the side as well. Couple more. Good. Lying back down. What are you looking at, Baba? Next, we're going to get our dumbbell if you've got one. You want to come up with the dumbbell and use it, but then as you're coming down, rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, tucking the tailbone in. So as slowly as you can. You can do this easily without, but I want to add more load to the core. So slow, 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 slow. Looking for 10. slower you do it, the harder it's going to be. Curve, curve, curve. Another 5. 4. Make sure I've looked down that your core isn't doming. You can comment underneath and I can explain doming. Another 2. 1. Whoa. Good. Rest. Inhale. Why don't you go on that side? I'm going to do that again. Use the mud to come up, another 10. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. 4. Another 5. 2. Last 2. 1. Excellent. Rest, inhale, arms rise. Good. Making our way over to the sides again. So, if you're advanced, you can go into a full side plank. So first of all, elbow directly under your shoulder. You might need to readjust throughout, depending on how strong your shoulder girdle is. Again, you are working on this. Got biscuit in my hair. Or you can have your feet next to one another for more stability. You can do a few with bent knee, or you can go into full to start and then into bent knee, or you can get a dumbbell. I'm going to swap for the 4 here, just to add more mass and keep on top of your hip, so as many as you can, and then you can deload it. So as many as you can, or let's go for 15 in total. All the way up. 1, 2, don't forget that crunch at the side. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do 5, 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 bent knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I'm going to come over to the other side. Bits all over the mat, man. Okay. And 5, 5, 5 for me. 2. You will have one side that's weaker than the other. Just be patient with that. 5. Make sure your rib cage stays tucked in. You're engaging the upper core as well as the sides. 1 more. Good. Last 5. 1. Excellent. Come over to the other side. Okay, same again. Check the placement. Make sure you're leading with the side you want to work. 4, 5, 3, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. Good. Over to the other side. Oh, shoulders are aching from yesterday. Let's go. 5, 1. 2. Good. 3. Notice where you're feeling this. 4, 5. Should be the sides of your stomach, not your glutes. Bum cheeks can overtake this movement if you're not careful. And enjoy the stretch as your hip touches back on the floor. Good. Whew. Last round of these exercises. Just sat there on the trampoline with a big Buddha's belly. Okay, last 5 weighted. 2, 3. Oh, that's tough. 2, 3, 5. If your elbow is bothering you, feel free to put a pillow underneath. 1, but there is a lot of weight on that shoulder and elbow. 4. Oh, 5. Really feeling that left shoulder. Over to the other side, last time. Let's go. 4, 5. Oh, it's warm. 1, 2, 5. Bent knee. Good. Onto our backs again. Grab a drink if you need one. Just spilling water everywhere. And it's going to need some editing this video. Okay. Ow. Elbow. Bicycle crunch next, so making sure your whole back is flat on the mat. Opposite arm to opposite knee. The more you look left and right, the more your obliques, the sides of your stomach are engaged. As many as you can, or 20. 6. 11. Take your time. 12. Really get over those left and right sides. Exhale as you come up and bringing that shoulder off the floor. The other one's on the floor. Another 5, 4, 2, 1 more. Good. Back on the floor. Inhale, arms rise. One more. Good. Gonna do that again. Now we're ready. Another 20. Tucking your tailbone in. 9, 10. Last 10. 6, 5, 2, 1. Good. Rest. Inhale, arms rise. Slowly exhaling through the lips for the vagus nerve and relaxation. Getting us ready for the day. If you're doing this in the morning, or getting you ready for bed, if you're doing it later at night. Next, I'm going to work the upper core, coming off the mat with your shoulders, left and right. Looking for 20. Make sure you're engaging the lower parts of the stomach. Looking for 25, 6, 7, 8. Making sure your shoulders are off the floor. You're not straining your neck at all. You're leading with your shoulders. 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. When you're in that, think of the part of your shoulders are the upper curve, and then you're curving with your tailbone tucked in to engage your lower core. If that makes sense. I'm going to go again. Shoulders off the floor, tuck the core in, left and right. 11, 12, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Grab your heavier dumbbell if you've got one, or you can just do more reps, or you can have your water bottle on your chest. So what have I got here? This is a 10. Not like it matters. So we're just going to bring our shoulders off the floor basically. That's what we're looking for. As up as far as you can. So tucking that tailbone in under, so your back's fully against the rest and your core's switched on. Coming up, so it's a small movement. Looking for 20. Strengthen the neck as well. Come down slowly. 5, 6, 9, 10. 30. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Inhale, arms rise. I always like to inhale with the arms. It's a nice cue, it opens up the posture. Ready for another 20? So you might be feeling this in your neck, but like I said, as long as you're not over-exaggerating it. Feel the pull in your stomach. Seven. 10. 6. 5 left. 4. 1 more. Good. Well done. Deep breaths in. Inhale. One more. Good. Legs up into tabletop. Rib cage tucked in, belly button into spine, curving the tailbone under, hip kick-ups. So just isolating that lower core. Leading with your hips. You're not kicking your legs actually up, it's your hips that are driving it. Looking for as many as you can on 20. 6, 7, 8. Hips off the floor, or think about doing that if you can't yet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 3, curving up and down in the spine. 1 more. Good. Inhale, arms rise. One more like that. Excellent. Ready for the last one? Kick-ups, let's go. 20. Curving up and down in the core and the back. And the pelvis comes back to the floor, so you get full range of movement from the lower core. 8, 9. Whew. Feels like it's on fire below the belly button. That's how it should feel. Oh, struggling today. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, arms rise. One more. So you can feel free, we've isolated the core for 25 minutes here, roughly 22, 25 minutes. So feel free to play this video again and do it again to make it super advanced. Or you can leave it here because that is a lot of volume on the core working correctly. Isn't it? It is, she says. We'll go into a stretch now for everything. So coming over into Sphinx position, pushing your belly button, your belly out into the mat, elbows directly under your shoulders, and try and sink into the floor, just let go of the tension. That's in the base of your back, in your core, and your thighs perhaps. If you feel like this is too much too soon, you can bring your elbows out and go a little bit further down. Get relaxed there and then move up and into the stretch. Or you can just climb all over mummy. What are you doing? I think she's laughing at me non-bum. Yeah. Deep breaths. Now the hip flexors through pregnancy, postnatal, and if you're running and if you're doing anything really, they can get super tight, and people just think that the hip flexors reside in the front of the thigh. But there's a lot more to it than that, unfortunately. If it was that simple, they go very deep in. And so when you've got a tight one, you can feel it all along your hip, like above your hip as well, not just, you just think that hip flexors reside here. With the being close to the sciatic nerve as well, other issues can occur, cords and sciatica. So we're going to stretch off the hip flexors. So make sure you're in this position, bent knee forward, bent knee at the back, and your hip bones are in the mat. On an inhale, we're going to lengthen and push over, creating space between the rib cage and the hip, feeling that stretch. And make sure you're not leaning forward, you've got your head upright. Deep breaths, sitting tall. Be aware of that stretch and how that feels. Thanks for the drool, baby. Exhale. I'm going to swap over. So you can hold this for longer. You can also use a block to sit on, so it's a little bit more comfortable for your knees. I've just not got one about, that's why I've not used it. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to push over into the stretch. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining me on this ab session. Hope to see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.